Welcome back to Ireland AM. Now, 2020 has been a year like no other, and many of us are dealing with different stresses and anxieties that we've never had to deal with before. So I found a new hobby that works your body whilst calming the mind, and it's axe throwing. Yes, it may just be the 2020 stress reliever you didn't know you needed. That really was great fun and a stress reliever too. And just so you know, that was of course filmed before the level 3 restrictions were introduced in Dublin. Now, back to studio.
Good morning. If you've just joined us, you're watching Ireland AM.
Still to come this morning, he's one of the biggest TV stars to ever hail from this island. The one and only Graham Norton will be chatting to us.
Great stuff, and we'll have the best of the stories that caught our eye this morning, including why Mr. Bean is still one of the biggest TV shows in the world today.
Yeah, hard to believe. Now, we've more to come from Dublin City Centre this morning, so let's check back in with Laura.
Still to come from me this morning here in Dublin's Hard Rock Hotel. We've got more gorgeous autumnal prints to ensure that you transition seamlessly from a summer style icon to an autumnal fashion diva. Welcome back to Ireland AM and Dublin's Hard Rock Hotel. Now, as we saw earlier this morning, prints are going nowhere for the autumn. And joining me once again is stylist Emily O'Donnell with 3 more looks. Hi again, Emily.
Good morning.
We went kind of casual earlier on, and I like that. I think people like getting into snug, comfortable clothes when the weather gets a bit colder.
You're right, Laura. We're trying to keep things relatable, I suppose, with the situation that we are unfortunately still in. Prints are dominating the international runways for autumn-winter 2020. As I said before, they were in last year, but last year was more about spots, stripes, florals. This year, the ante has kind of upped in terms of becoming more contemporary. So we're seeing a lot more checks, a lot more embellishment, a lot more metallic prints, which we haven't seen in years. And things are a little bit different, but we still have our florals, because I know there's a lot of viewers who love the floral dresses. So I think they're going to like the first outfit that I'm opening with today. So Natalia is opening us up in this gorgeous outfit from getthattrend.com. I could not include them in a print special because they have every single conceivable dress in a print for all shapes, sizes and budgets, and I think that's really important because people are watching their pennies, they're looking at where they're spending their money, but equally they want something to cheer themselves up. And I think this print works really well on Natalia. When you're working with the print, I suppose what you want to take in is your colouring. You're going to, I suppose, go with the more warmer tones if you have dark hair, green eyes, brown eyes, but if you're fair and you have blue eyes, you might go for something maybe a little bit cooler. But this is just gorgeous, it's fun, it's very autumnal. We've seen a lot of autumnal tones coming into fashion, and I think Natalia is wearing it really well. You probably recognise the boots again.
I do, but I just want to ask you about the tights. Are they just thick opaque tights?
Yeah, just thick opaque tights. These are actually my own that I just popped on Natalia because it's a bit breezy up here in the penthouse, and just I suppose to show the diversity of how you can style the boots, because people would often think maybe, you know, you have to go for a rock chic look, but what I quite like in fashion is mixing the rough with the smooth. So you're mixing the prettiness of the dress with the kind of rock chic edge of the boots, and it's just,
if you wanted to make that dress a little bit more dressy, just a pair of high heels would do the job.
Exactly, and you could even pop on a blazer or a pole neck under it if you wanted to wear it for work. Get That Trend have such an incredible selection of affordable dresses. They update their Instagram all the time, and I think it's just really cool and contemporary, and the best thing about this is it doesn't crease as well, which is important.
Thanks, Natalia. Yeah, some really, really nice,
we're all about
low
maintenance style here today, and designer inspired pieces as well. We've seen that on the likes of Prada and at a fraction of price today.
For a chunky knit, Karen looks actually very glamorous. This jumper is beautiful.
Yeah, I've taken a little bit of inspiration here from Chanel, of course, with the pearls. And this scarf is very Fendi inspired, as you can see here with the F's. Logo prints are everywhere. Logo mania has taken over the catwalks. I always like to show how you can get, I suppose, the high-end designer looks, but at much more affordable prices on my slots. And I just think this is lovely. The whole outfit that we're seeing here is from Memories Boutique in Carlingford, who I showcased before. As I mentioned, if you're not in Carlingford, they do have a fantastic website, memoriesboutique.ie, or indeed you can order over the phone. They just have really pieces, I suppose, that are different. People want something a little bit unusual. This jumper actually that you were admiring comes in black as well, which I think if I was going to go for it, I'd probably go for the black.
Oh, I love the beige colours.
See, they'd suit you. This would suit you. So I just think it's really nice with Karen's skin tone. And I thought the wine was a nice mix. Often when people do beige, like we showed earlier, they do camel and black, but the burgundy is actually quite flattering. It's a little bit more sympathetic as well on the skin tone. Black can often wash people out. And just a great pair of leather trousers and a great pair of trainers. This is a nice way to do prints as well. If you don't want to do a top to toe print, incorporating them in with your accessories like a trainer or something is just a really more, I suppose, friendly way to do it if you're not into the top to toe prints and you don't want to go too Alexander McQueen on it.
Yeah, really like that look, and I love the trainers now that are available because there's such a variety. Thanks,
There
Karen.
really is. Memories have a great selection, and not to mention the C word Christmas, but people are shopping earlier this year, so they're stocking up on little gifts like the scarves, putting them by for their family members and being organised. God forbid we go into a lockdown again and get left looking unstylish at home.
Now, our final look this morning is here with Yumiko wearing a geoprint. We saw a little bit of this last year and it's back
We
again.
did. I actually showcased them last year with you, Laura. So I'm glad you remember. You're bang on trend there. This is a gorgeous geometric print from Irish design brand rantandrave.eu. It's just a classic example of what they do really well, which is just a really well cut, well designed dress. And it's very friendly in terms of price and in terms of the fact that it has long sleeves. We've spoken before about this. Irish women just don't really like to have their arms out, and especially not in this weather. And Erdem and Peter Pilato and all the international designers that did prints this season did them with a long sleeve. And this is lovely. It has a little kind of an autumn leaf in the material. It's very, very nice in terms of the colours. It's very flattering, and this is the type of dress a lot of teachers maybe have gone back to school. People who were working from home have kind of elevated up from the tracksuit. They're doing a little bit more smart casual.
Would this also work with a sleeveless sweater over it?
It definitely would, and I love that you
kind of a Clueless
picked that.
vibe.
I liked that. Clueless was my favourite movie. Don't start me, Laura. And I just think it just looks really nice. Like you said, you could pop on a little sleeveless jumper. You could pop on a blazer, and again, if you wanted to style it down, you could put on a denim jacket and just some really cool kicks, and you're good to go. The sock boots that we're seeing are also from Rant and Rave. They have a great selection of footwear, and they sell online, but they're also stocked in a lot of independent Irish retailers. And what I wanted to show here today was Irish retailers, Irish brands and Irish designers, because never has there been a more important time to support all the small Irish retailers around the country who are doing great things.
Well said, and fully agree with you, Emily. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much,
Been
Laura.
great
I've had a
chatting to you.
blast in here.
And thanks to all of our ladies as well, all of our models. So that's it from us here at the City Centre this morning. It's back to the gang in studio now.